welcome. Thank you for coming. And I always, if you want to move over to the middle, that's just great. It's always better in the middle, right? I wanted to thank you. This is a busy night in Chamberlain, so thank you for coming to the One Act play. We have tackled a really amazing play, and I want to just tell you a tiny bit about it. It was a book published in 2003 by Mark Haddon. How many people have read the book? Okay, all right, so there's a few in this crowd. The last one we had several, but it's quite an amazing book about a young boy who has Asperger's syndrome, which is a rare form of autism. And it's a form of autism that affects about 200,000 people a year in America, which is it's a really refined type. And if you've seen The Good Doctor, he has Asperger's. And really, that is it. You're high functioning, you have a lot of trouble communicating in society. So social issues happen. We don't always understand what's going on as outsiders. And so we're going to take you on a journey. Christopher is solving a mystery in his life. And it's a very difficult, painful process for him. And I wanted to say also, if you're from Chamberlain, I put in the paper that, of course, it's, we said that's not for young children, because it's not because there's anything inappropriate, but it is a very serious play about issues that we as adults and maybe preteens and up can understand more readily. I think you'll understand what I mean as we get into the piece. And having friends who have been parents of children with different emotional disorders or things like that, there's a lot of trying things that happen, and outsiders don't always understand what might be happening in those families or in their worlds. So we're excited to bring this to you. It's been a challenge because this play was adapted as a play in 2015, and it won a Tony Award that year. And so we're really lucky to be able to perform it tonight. The rights have been out already for us. And so we're thrilled. It was a challenge, but really fun. And tonight I just sat back earlier today and said, wow, this is pretty great stuff. So I hope you enjoy it. We have 20 students in this cast and crew. They've been working on everything that you'll see, whether it's technology, set, costumes, all of it, you name it. I want to thank Nate back here, Nate Winter. He helped teach the kids how to use a lot of different programs, from Premiere to Illustrator and things like that, to create some of the technology pieces you'll see. I want to thank Nick Wall for helping to get the new lights that we have for the theater. It's been kind of a long time. I don't think I purchased lights in 1990, about 6 fixtures. And then I think the lights were from maybe the 60s before that. So thank you, Nick and FOPA, for helping. If you raised one dime for FOPA, I appreciate you doing that over the years, because we were able to have these really great lights for this show. And that's one of the reasons we chose the show, because it takes some more technical stuff. So with that, we perform a serious nature, and you have to pick a show in that nature. We perform on Monday, God willing, the weather willing, in Pier, 2 p.m. at the high school theater. So if you're able to come, please do, or if you have friends up that way, send them into the theater. That always helps us out there too. And that's about it. So we have 45 minutes to set up and tear down. You'll see kind of a major creation happen before your eyes. So I hope you enjoy the show. Thank you all for coming. Okay. Chamberlain High School, you may take the stage.
thoughts sticking out of the dog. The dog was called Wellington. It belonged to Mrs. Shears, who was our friend. She lived on the opposite side of the street, 2 houses to the left.
Get away from my dog!
My name is Christopher John Francis Boone. I know the countries of the world and the capital cities, and every prime number up to 7,507.
Get away from my dog!
After 12.5 minutes, a policeman arrived. He had a big orange leaf stuck to the bottom of his shoe, which is poking out from one side. This is good, Christopher. It's quite exciting. I like the details. They make it more realistic. He squatted down next to me. He said to me,
"Would you like to tell me what's going on here, young man?"
I do not tell lies.
The dog is dead.
I got that far.
I think someone killed the dog.
How old are you?
I'm 15 years and 3 months and 2 days.
And what precisely are you doing in the garden?
I'm talking to you.
Okay. What were you doing in the garden in the first place?
I was holding the dog.
Did you kill the dog?
No!
Terrific. Young man, I'm going to ask you to stop making that noise and stand up, please. Calmly and quietly. Marvelous. Great. Just flipping. I'm arresting you for assaulting a police officer.
Could you empty your pocket onto the desk, please?
Is that in case I have anything in them that I could use to kill myself or escape or attack a policeman with?
That's right.
I've got a Swiss Army knife, but I only use that for doing odd jobs.
Jolly good.
a piece of string,
A piece of wooden puzzle.
£1.47.
a red paperclip,
A key to the front door.
A Swiss Army knife with 13 attachments, including a wire stripper and a saw and a toothpick and tweezers.
Could you take off your watch, please, Christopher?
No.
I'm sorry, Christopher.
I need my watch to know exactly what time it is.
Give it here, lad. It's all right, son. You can keep it. Do you have any family, Christopher?
Yes, I do.
And who is your family?
Father and mother, but mother's dead. Grandma Burton isn't at home because she has senile dementia.
Right. Lovely. Do you know your father's phone number?
I could see the Milky Way as we drove towards the town centre.
Is that right? Christopher, Mr. Boone, could you please come this way?
Are you going to interview me and record the interview?
I don't think there'll be any need for that. I've spoken to your father and he says you did meet the policeman. Did you meet the policeman?
Yes. I didn't mean to hurt the policeman. I just wanted him to stop touching me.
You know it's wrong to the policeman, don't you?
I do.
Did you kill the dog?
I did not kill the dog.
You know that it's wrong to lie to a policeman and that you can get into a great deal of trouble if you do?
Yes.
Do you know who killed the dog?
No.
Are you telling the truth?
Yes, I always tell the truth.
Right. I'm going to give you a caution.
Is that going to be on a piece of paper like a certificate I can keep?
No. A caution means we're going to keep record of what happened today. That you hit a policeman and that it was an accident.
But it wasn't an accident.
Christopher, please.
If you get into any more trouble, you will take things much more seriously. Do you understand?
Yes, I do. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I didn't kill Wellington.
I know. Christopher, you have to stay out of trouble, okay?
I didn't know I was going to get into trouble. I like Wellington and I went to say hello to him, but I didn't know that somebody had killed him.
Just try and keep your nose out of other people's business.
I am going to find out who killed Wellington.
Were you listening to what I was saying, Christopher?
Yes, I was listening to what you were saying, but when someone gets murdered, you have to find out who did it so that they can be punished.
It's a dog, Christopher.
I think dogs are important too. I think some dogs are cleverer than some people. Nicholas, for example, who comes to school on Thursdays, needs help eating his food, and he probably couldn't fetch a stick.
Leave it.
I wonder if the police will find out who did it and punish the person.
I said leave it!
Are you sad about Wellington?
Yes, Christopher. You could say that. You could very well say that.
Mother died 2 years ago. I came home from school one day and no one answered the door. So I let myself into the house, wiped my feet on the mat. I took my coat off. I made myself a raspberry milkshake and heated it up in the microwave. Then I went up to my room and played 6 games of Tetris. And I got to level 38, which is my 4th best ever score. An hour later, Father came home from work.
Christopher, have you seen your mother?
No.
He went downstairs and started making some phone calls. I did not hear what he said. Then, he came up to my room and said he had to go out for a while. Said if I needed anything, I could call him on his mobile phone. When he came back, I went downstairs.
I'm afraid you won't be seeing your mother for a while.
Why not?
She's had to go into the hospital.
Can we visit her?
No, she needs rest.
Is it a psychiatric hospital?
No, it's an ordinary hospital. She has a problem with her heart.
If I make her a get well card, will you take it in for her tomorrow?
How are you today, Christopher?
I'm very well, thank you.
That's good.
In the bus on the way to school, we passed 4 red cars in a row. So today is a good day.
Great, I'm glad.
I've decided I'm going to try and find out who killed Wellington. Because a good day is a day for projects and planning things.
Who's Wellington?
Wellington is a dog that used to belong to my neighbour, Mrs. Shears, who was our friend. But he is dead now because somebody killed him by putting a garden fork through him. And I found him, and then the policeman thought I had killed him, but I hadn't. And then he hit me, and then I tried to touch him, and then I had to go to the police station.
Gosh.
So I've decided I'm going to try and find out who killed Wellington and make it a project. Even though Father told me not to.
Did he?
Yes.
I see.
I don't always do what I'm told.
Why not?
Because when people tell you what to do, it's usually confusing and does not make sense. For example, people often say, be quiet, but they don't tell you how long to be quiet for.
No. Well, if your father's told you not to do something, Christopher, maybe you shouldn't do it. We're meant to be writing stories today. Why don't you write about what happened to Wellington?
Okay, I will.
Christopher, I'm sorry. Your mother's died. She's had a heart attack. It wasn't expected.
What kind of heart attack?
Now it isn't a woman, Christopher, to be asking questions like that.
It was probably an aneurysm.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
That evening, I went round to Mrs. Shears' house and knocked on the door and waited for her to answer it.
What do you want?
I wanted to come and tell you that I didn't kill Wellington. And also I want to find out who did it.
Christopher, I really don't think I'll see you right now.
This Saturday, England is playing Romania at football, which meant Father wanted to watch the match on the television. So I made a decision. I decided to do some more detection. I decided to go out on my own. I do not like strangers. So talking to other people on our street was brave. But if you're going to do detective work, you have to be brave. So I had no choice.
Do you know who killed Wellington on Thursday night?
Christ! Policemen really are getting younger these days, aren't they?
Hello.
Do you know anything about Wellington getting killed?
I heard about it yesterday. Dreadful, dreadful.
Do you know who killed him?
No, I don't.
Somebody must know, because the person who killed Wellington knows that they killed Wellington. Unless they had amnesia.
You're Christopher, aren't you?
Yes. I live at number 36.
We haven't talked before, have we?
No, I don't talk to strangers, but I'm doing detective work.
I have a grandson your age.
My age is 15 years and 3 months and 3 days.
Well, almost your age. Would you like to come in for tea?
I don't go into other people's houses.
Well, maybe I could bring some tea out here. Do you like lemonade?
I only like orangeade.
Luckily, I have some of that as well. I began to get nervous because I didn't know her, and I thought she might might be ringing the police. So I walked away.
Why would you kill a dog?
I wouldn't.
I think you would only kill a dog if A, you hated the dog, or B, if you were a lunatic, or C, if you wanted to make Mrs. Shears sad. I don't know anybody who hated Wellington, so if it was A, it was probably a stranger. I don't know any lunatics either, so if it was B, it was probably a stranger.
Right.
But most murders are committed by someone known to the victim. In fact, you are most likely to be murdered by a member of your own family on Christmas Day.
Is that a fact?
Yes, actually, it is a fact. Wellington was therefore most likely to have been killed by someone known to him. I only know one person who didn't like Mrs. Shears, and that is Mr. Shears, who divorced Mrs. Shears and left her to live somewhere else, and she knew Wellington very well indeed. This means that Mr. Shears is my prime suspect.
Christopher.
I am going to find out more about Mr. Shears.
I just had a phone call with Mrs. Shears. What were you doing poking around her garden?
I was doing detective work trying to figure out who killed Wellington.
How many times do I have to tell you, Christopher? I told you to keep your nose.
I think Mr. Shears probably killed Wellington.
I will not have that man's name mentioned in my house.
Why not?
That man is evil.
Does that mean that he might have killed Wellington?
Okay, Christopher. I'm going to tell you for the last and final time. You are not to go around asking Mrs. Shears or anyone who killed that dog. You are to quit this silly detective game right now. I'm going to make you promise me, Christopher.
I think I would make a very good astronaut.
Yes, mate. Probably would.
To be a good astronaut, you have to be intelligent. And I'm intelligent. You also have to understand how machines work. And I'm good at understanding how machines work.
You would also have to be someone who would like being on their own in a tiny spacecraft thousands and thousands of miles away from the surface of the Earth and not panic. And I really like little spaces.
And know that there was no one else near me for thousands and thousands of miles. What happened to you the other day? I came out again and you've gone. I was looking forward to a little chat.
I don't do chatting.
No, I don't suppose you do.
I like maths.
I bet you're very good at maths, aren't you?
I'm the first person to take an A-level from my school because it's a special school. All the other children at my school are stupid. Except I'm not meant to call them that, even though that's what they are.
Well, I'm very impressed.
Do you know Mr. Shears?
Not really, no.
Father said that he was an evil man.
Maybe your father's right. You shouldn't go around asking questions about this.
Why not?
I think you know why your father doesn't like Mr. Shears very much.
Did Mr. Shears kill Mother?
Kill her? No.
But did he give her stress so that she had a heart attack? Or did he hurt her so that she had to go into the hospital?
Did she have to go into the hospital?
Yes. And it wasn't very serious at first. But then she had a heart attack when she was in the hospital.
Oh my goodness.
And she died.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I never realized.
Why did you say, I think you know why your father doesn't like Mr. Shears very much?
Oh dear. Christopher, look. I'm going to say something to you. And you must promise not to tell your father that I told you this.
I promise.
Your mother, before she died, was very good friends with Mr. Shears.
I know.
No, Christopher. I'm not sure that you do. I mean that they were very good friends. Very, very good friends.
Do you mean that they were doing sex?
Yes, Christopher. That is what I mean. I really didn't want to say anything that was going to upset
Is that why Mr. Shears left Mrs. Shears?
Yes, I expect so.
I think I should go now. I can't be on my own with you because you are a stranger.
I'm not a stranger, Christopher. I'm a friend. Are you going to tell your father about this?
No.
Mrs. Alexander stopped walking and said, I'm going to say something to you, and you must promise not to tell your father that I told you this. What is this?
It's a book I'm writing.
Is this true? Did you speak to Mrs. Alexander?
Yes.
Christopher, how stupid are you? What did I tell you, Christopher?
Not to mention Mr. Shears' name in our house. And not to go asking Mrs. Shears or anyone else about who killed that dog, and to stop this ridiculous detective game, except I haven't done any of those things. I just asked Mrs. Alexander about Mr. Shears because I was doing chatting.
Don't give me that. You knew exactly what you're doing. I read the book, remember? What else did I say, Christopher?
I don't know.
Come on, memory man. Not to go around sticking your nose in other people's business. And what do? You go around picking up the path and shaking with every Tom, Dick, and Harry.
I was just chatting with Mrs. Alexander. I didn't want to do investigating.
I asked you to do one thing for me, Christopher.
I didn't want to talk to Mrs. Alexander because Mrs. Alexander...
Christopher, I didn't mean to hit you. I love you very much. Don't ever forget that.
Where's my book?
Christopher, do you understand that I love you?
Is it in the dustbin at the front of the house?
The next day when I got home from school, Father was still at work. So I went outside and looked in the dustbin. But the book wasn't there. So I decided to do some detecting and see if I could find it. I started by looking in Father's bedroom under the bed. No book. Then I looked in his wardrobe. In the bottom of the wardrobe was an old cardboard box. And when I opened the box, I saw that my book was inside. Then I heard Father's van pulling up outside the house. And I knew that I had to think fast and be clever. And that is when I saw an envelope addressed to me. It was lying under my book, in the box, with some other envelopes. I picked it up. It had never been opened. It said,
Christopher Boone, 36 Randolph Street, Swindon, Wiltshire.
Then I noticed that there were lots of envelopes, and they were all addressed to me. And this was interesting and confusing. And then I noticed how the words Christopher and Swindon were written. They were written like this.
Christopher, Swindon.
I only know two people who do little circles instead of dots over the letter I. One of them is Siobhan, and one of them was Mother.
Christopher,
Yes?
what do you fancy for chow tonight?
Baked beans and broccoli.
I think that can be very easily arranged. I'm just going to put up on the shelves in the living room if that's okay with you. It'll make a bit of a racket.
I'll be on my own in my room.
Good man.
So I went into my room. And when I was in my room, I shut the door and took out the envelope. Inside, there was a letter. And this is what was written in the letter.
451C, Chapter Road, Williston, London, NW2 5NG. Dear Christopher, I was looking through some old photos last night, which made me sad. Then I found a photo of you playing with the train set that we bought for you a couple of Christmases ago. And it made me happy, because it was one of the really good times we had together. Do you remember how you played with it all day and refused to go to bed at night because you were still playing with it? And you played with it for weeks and weeks and weeks. I like remembering that a lot. I'm sorry, Christopher. I hope you don't stay angry with me forever. I think about you all the time. Lots of love, your mom.
I was really confused. Mother had never written me a letter before, and Mother had never lived in London. I looked at the front of the envelope, and I saw that there was a postmark, and there was a date on the postmark. The 16th of October, 2013, which meant that the letter was posted 18 months after Mother had died. When I started writing the book, there was only one mystery to be solved. Now, there were two. I counted out the letters. There are 43 of them. I took one and I opened it. Inside was this letter.
Dear Christopher, I said that I wanted to explain to you why I went away. I was not a very good mother, Christopher. Maybe if things had been different, maybe if you had been different, I might have been better at it. Do you remember once when we were Christmas shopping in Bento's and it was really crowded? and you were frightened because of all of the people in the shop. You crouched down on the floor and put your hands over your ears, and you were in the way of everyone. I told you to behave, and I tried to pick you up and move you, but you shouted and everyone was staring. I was so cross, but you wouldn't let me touch you, so we just had to wait there until you stopped screaming. And I remember that night. I cried and cried, and your father was really nice about it at first. But I said that I couldn't take it anymore, and eventually he got really cross and said that I should pull myself together, and I hit him, which was wrong. But I was so upset. We had a lot of arguments like that, and after a while, we stopped talking to each other, and I felt really lonely.
And that was when I started spending lots of time with Roger.
And I know that you might not understand any of this, but I wanted to try to explain so that you knew.
We had a lot in common, and that's when we realized that we were in love with one
I
another.
said that I couldn't leave you, and he was sad about that, but he understood that you were really important to me.
But I remember looking at you and at your father and seeing you two together, and thinking how you were really different with him.
And it made me so sad, because it was like you didn't need me at all. And Roger asked if I wanted to come with him.
And it broke my heart, but eventually I decided it would be best for all of us if I went.
And so I said yes.
And I meant to say goodbye.
But when I rang your father, he said that I couldn't. He was really angry.
He said I couldn't talk to you.
And I didn't know what to do.
He said I was never to set foot inside the house again.
And so I haven't. I thought what I was doing was the best for all of us. I hope that it is.
Christopher, I never meant to hurt you.
Do you remember? You used to say that you wanted to be an astronaut. I wonder what it is that you want to be now. Are you still doing maths? I hope you are. Loads and loads of love, Mother.
Christopher! Christopher! Christopher, what are you doing? What are you? These are... Oh no. Christopher, I don't know what to say. I was in such a mess. I said she was in the hospital because I didn't know how to explain. And once I'd said that, I couldn't take it back. Let's sit you up on the bed, okay, Christopher? I'm going to have to touch you, but it's going to be all right. Look, maybe I shouldn't say this, but I want you to know that you can trust me, and that I'm going to tell you the truth from now on, about everything. So, I killed Wellington, Christopher. Just let me explain. When your mother left, Eileen, Mrs. Shears, she was very good to me. I was going through a very difficult time. You know how she was around here most days, popping over to see if we needed anything. We had this fight. Well, quite a few fights, to be honest, but after this particularly nasty little fight, she chucked me out of the house. You know what that dog was like, Christopher. Nicest pie one moment, sink his teeth into your leg the next. I know. Maybe if I had just given it a kick, it would have backed off. It was like everything I've been bottling up for the past 2 years. And I promise you, I never meant for it to turn out like this. Christopher! Christopher! Christopher!
Mother.
I thought you told me your mother was dead.
I thought she was dead, but she was still alive. And Father lied to me, and also he killed Wellington.
Is your mother here?
No, she's in London.
So you're going to London on your own?
I think I am going to do that, yes.
Maybe we should try and give your father a ring. I'm sure he's worried about you.
558. 3558.
3558.
3558.
3558.
3558.
Watch it! 3558.
451C, Chester Road.
Where can I buy a map?
Where do you want to get to?
I'm going to the train station.
There, that building. It says signal point at the top, the station's at the bottom of that.
Do you mean the stripy building with the horizontal windows that you can see poking out over those houses?
That's the one.
How do I get to that building?
Okay, we're done here.
Customers seeking access to the car park. Please use the citizens front opposite right of the ticket office.
Cold drink, caution, wet floor. Fine, tea. Automatic fire door, keep clear.
Open as usual, this way.
No smoking.
No alcohol.
Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Please for lunch hours. Please stand on the right.
The cup, coffee.
Cash dispensers.
Oh, you alright there, young man? You're looking a bit worse for the wear. What's your name?
Christopher Boone,
Where do you live?
36 Rendell Street.
What are you doing here?
I'm going to see Mother.
When's your train?
I don't know. She lives in London.
Where in London?
451C Chapter Road, London, NW25NG.
Have you got the ticket?
No,
So how precisely were you going to get to London then?
I have a bank card.
Is this your card?
No, it's Father's.
Father's?
He told me the number. It's 3558.
Why don't you and I take a stroll to the cash machine, eh?
Please insert your card. Enter your personal identification number. Please enter amount. £10.
How much does it cost to get a ticket to London?
About 20 quid.
Please wait. Your transaction is being processed.
Where do I get a ticket for the train from?
Over there.
I want to go to London.
Singular return.
What does single or return mean?
Do you want to go there instead or do you want to come back?
I want to stay there when I get there.
Single then, £17.
When is the train to London?
Platform 1, 5 minutes.
Where is platform 1?
Through the underpass and up the stairs. You'll see the signs.
Please! Underpass means tunnel, Christopher. In your head, imagine a big red line across the floor. It stops at your feet and goes through the tunnel. Walk along that line. Left, right, left, right,
Left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Is this the train to London?
Christopher, we've got your father at the station. He's looking for you. Let's not get overexcited.
Have you arrested Father?
Arrested him? What
For
for?
killing a dog with a garden fork. He's called Wellington.
Well, we could talk about that as well. I think you've been on adventuring for one day. Now listen, you little monkey. Christopher! Christopher!
2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, 29, 31, 37, 41, 43, 47, 53, 59, 61, 67, 71, 70.
Come on! Running, I'm coming, all right? We can get a car parked there.
101, 103, 107. I waited for 9 more minutes, but nobody else came past. I didn't move again, so I realized that the train had stopped. And I knew that the last stop on the train was London. So I got off.
left, right, left, right, left,
Right.
Which page
Left.
are you
Keep the airport, check in here.
Left.
Eat!
No! Sushi!
You look lost. Whoa, whoa.
Left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Is this London?
Indeed it is.
How do I get to 451C Chapter Road, London, NW25NG?
Take the tube to Williston Junction.
What is a tube?
Are you for real? Over there.
Left, right, left, right.
Stand behind the yellow line.
I know.
The train will really scare you.
I know.
Try not to let it. Watch what the people do. Watch how they get on and off.
Yes.
Count the trains. Figure it out. Get the rhythm right. Train coming. Train stopped. Doors open. Train going. Silence. Train coming. Train stopped.
Doors open. Train going. Silence. Train coming. Train stopped. Doors open. Train going. Silence. Is this the train to Williston Junction?
Warwick Avenue, Kensal Green, Williston Junction.
I don't care whether you thought it was funny or
Hey,
not.
Judy, look, I'm sorry, okay?
Well, perhaps
You went in, so I waited for you.
Christopher!
What?
Oh, Christopher! I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Where's your father, Christopher?
I think he's in Swindon.
But how did you get here?
I came on the train.
Oh, Christopher, I didn't think I'd ever... Why are you here on your own? Roger, don't just stand there.
Are you going to come in, or are you going to stay up here all night?
I'm going to live with you because Father killed Wellington with a garden fork.
What?
Come on, Christopher.
Come on then, soldier. You'll catch a death up here.
Are you okay, Christopher?
I'm tired.
You're very brave.
Yes.
You never wrote to me.
I know. Father said you were dead.
What?
He said that you had a problem with your heart, and you went into the hospital, and you had a heart attack, and you died.
Christopher, I'm so sorry.
I need to speak to him.
He's been through enough today already.
I know, but I still need to speak to him. Christopher Boone, please could you open the door?
Will you let him take me away?
No, I won't.
Your father says you've run away. Is that right?
Yes.
Is this your mother?
Yes.
Why did you run away?
Because Father killed Wellington, who was a dog, and that meant that he could kill me.
So I've been told. Do you want to go back to Swindon to your father, or do you want to stay here?
I want to stay here.
And how do you feel about that?
He told Christopher I was dead. Of course he can stay.
Well, I guess that probably settles it as far as I'm concerned. If your husband turns up and causes any trouble, just give us a ring.
Lullaby and good night.
I'm talking to him whether you like it or not.
I will not be spoken to like that in my own home.
He's my son, in case you forgot.
What did you think you were playing at, saying those things to him?
You were the one that left.
So you decided to just wipe me out of his life altogether?
Now let's just all calm down here, shall we? Calm down.
Well, isn't that what you wanted?
I wrote to him every week.
I cooked his meals. I cleaned his clothes. I worried myself sick every time he wanted off that night. And you? You wrote him some little letters.
So you thought it was okay to tell him that his mother was dead?
Now,
I'm going to see him, and if you try to stop me,
It's okay. I won't let you do anything. You're all right.
Christopher. Christopher, I'm really sorry. I promise I'll never do anything like that ever again. Christopher, please!
Mr. Boone!
What are you doing here? Did you call him? This is my son.
I know, this can all be sorted out. Just come with me, please.
Ed, you should go. He's frightened.
I'll be back, Christopher. I promise.
Everything is going to be all right. I promise.
I have to go back to Swindon.
But, Christopher, you've only just got here.
I have to go back because I have to sit my maths A-level.
You're doing maths A-level?
Yes. I'm taking it on Wednesday and Thursday and Friday next week.
Christopher, that's really good.
But I can't see Father, so I have to go back to Swindon with you.
Let's talk about this some other time, okay?
Okay. But I have to go back to Swindon.
Christopher, please. Christopher, I rang your headmaster. I told him that you would take your maths A level next year.
Here we are. You wanted radio, the origins of the universe, and nuclear power.
They're for children.
Well, it's nice to know that my contribution is appreciated. You think you're so clever, don't you? Don't you ever think about somebody else for once, eh? Well, I bet you're really pleased with yourself now, aren't you? Roger!
Christopher, I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. I promise this will never happen again. Okay, all right, okay, we're going home.
Can I still take my A level?
So you're Christopher's mother.
That's right, and you are.
I'm Siobhan. Nice to meet you.
Yes, it's nice to meet you too.
Hello, Christopher.
Hello.
Are you okay?
I'm tired.
He's a bit upset.
Because of the A level, you said?
He won't eat, he won't sleep.
Yes. I spoke to the headmaster after you called.
Does that mean I can still take my A level?
I think so. We're going to ring Reverend Peters to make sure you can still come in this afternoon to be a supervisor. Is that what you want to do?
I want to do it.
So, this is jolly exciting, eh, Christopher? Now, the exam is going to last for 2 hours. The first thing to do is to pop your name on the front and begin.
2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 21, 23.
Are you all right, Christopher?
I can't read the question.
Can you see?
I can see the question, but I can't read the question because when I look at the words, they all seem confused.
Christopher, stop groaning. Get your breath. Count the cubes of the cardinal numbers again.
1, 8, 27, 64, 125, 216, 343, 512, 729, 1000, 1331.
Have another go.
Show that the triangle with sides that can be written in the
I'm
form
very proud of you,
n
Christopher.
squared plus 1.
Very proud. I'm sure you did really well in the exam.
I don't like waiting for my A-level result.
I know.
Mother doesn't get back from work till 5:30. So I have to go to Father's house from 3:49 till 5:30 because I'm not allowed to be on my own. I push the bed against the door in case Father tries to come into the room. Sometimes she sits outside the door quietly for a very long time.
Christopher, can I have a talk with you?
No, you can't, no.
Christopher, it's okay. I'll be here.
I don't want to talk to Father.
I'll do you a deal. 5 minutes, okay? That's all. Look, things can't go on like this. This just hurts too much. You have to learn to trust me, because this is important. Let's call it a project. A project we have to do together. And it will be difficult at first because it's a difficult project, but it will get better. And I got you a present to say sorry. And because, well, you'll see what I mean. He's 2 months old, Christopher.
Your father's going to look after him here, and you can come and take him out for walks whenever you'd like.
Does he have a name?
No. You can decide what to call him.
Sandy. He's called Sandy.
We need to go now.
Yes.
We can come back tomorrow, and you can see him then.
Christopher,
Yes.
here.
What's this?
It's your result.
Right.
You need to open it and read it.
Right.
Well, what's it say?
I got an A star.
Oh, that's terrific.
Yes. It's the best result.
I know. How's your dog?
He's very well, thank you.
How are you and your father getting on?
He brought me a book which is called Further Maths for A-Level. I'm going to take A-Level Maths next year, and then in 2 years I'll take A-Level Physics and get an A star. Then I'm going to the university. I can take Sandy and my books to my computer. Then I will get a first-class honors degree. And I will be a scientist. I can do these things.
I hope so.
I can because I went to London on my own. I solved the mystery of who killed Mother. Wellington. I was brave.
You were.
And I wrote a book.
I know. I read it.
Does that mean I can do anything, do you think? Does that mean I can do anything, Siobhan? Does that mean I can do anything?
Have my 9 seniors step forward.